Morpheus Ridge, a town veiled in mist and mystery, nestled between ancient forests and towering mountains, a place where secrets whispered on the wind. The townsfolk lived simple lives. They went about their daily routines, but they were unaware of the extraordinary truth hidden beneath the surface. Morpheus Ridge was no ordinary town. It was a nexus, a point where the realms of earth and heaven intertwined, an assembly point. This sacred ground pulsed with an ancient energy, an energy that spoke of transformations, of beginnings and endings. The assembly point was a place of immense power, a place where the very fabric of reality could be reshaped. It was here that the Alpha and the Omega met, the beginning and the end, the cycle of existence. And it was here that the event known as Omega Morphosis would unfold. Alejandro Santiago, a historian with an insatiable curiosity, his passion lay in unearthing the mysteries of the past. He was drawn to the esoteric, the arcane, the hidden truths that lay buried beneath layers of time. Alejandro's quest for knowledge led him to Morpheus Ridge. He had heard whispers of the town's mystical significance. Legends spoke of a cosmic event, an event that could reshape the world.
I was skeptical, yet intrigued. I delved into ancient texts. My fingers traced faded ink on brittle parchment. I sought answers in forgotten libraries and dusty archives. I yearned to uncover the truth behind the whispers.
Finally, his persistence paid off. Deep within an ancient tome, he found it, a reference to Omega Morphosis, a cosmic convergence of earth and heaven. The texts spoke of a time when the veil between realms would thin, when the energies of earth and heaven would merge. This was Omega Morphosis, an event of unparalleled significance. It was said to occur once every millennium, a celestial dance of transformation. Alejandro learned that Omega Morphosis was not just a random occurrence, it was a deliberate convergence, a time when the boundaries of existence blurred, when the impossible became possible. The texts hinted at guardians, beings of immense power tasked with overseeing the assembly point. They were known as Morpheans, shapeshifters, keepers of balance. Alejandro realized the gravity of his discovery. Omega Morphosis was not a myth, it was a profound truth, and Morpheus Ridge was the epicenter. The historian felt a surge of excitement. He had stumbled upon something extraordinary, something that could change the world as they knew it.
I delved deeper into the ancient texts. I spent countless hours deciphering faded script and cryptic diagrams. The texts were written in a language both familiar and strange, like echoes of a forgotten tongue. They spoke of celestial alignments, of cosmic energies converging on Earth. I felt a thrill course through me. I was on the edge of a groundbreaking discovery. I pored over astronomical charts, comparing them to the cryptic symbols in the texts. I found correlations, patterns that hinted at a grand design.
The texts spoke of a convergence, a time when the barriers between realms would weaken, when the heavens would touch the earth, and at the heart of this convergence was Omega Morphosis. Alejandro was both excited and apprehensive. He understood the potential magnitude of his findings, but he also felt a sense of responsibility. This knowledge was powerful, and it needed to be handled with care. He continued his research, driven by an insatiable thirst for knowledge. As Alejandro delved deeper, he encountered a recurring motif, a symbol, a circle with a point at its center. This symbol appeared throughout the texts, sometimes subtle, sometimes prominent.
I sensed its importance. This was no mere decoration, it was a key.
He studied the symbol, trying to decipher its meaning. He consulted ancient lexicons, comparing it to other mystical symbols. The circle, he learned, represented wholeness, unity, the eternal cycle. The point, singularity, potential, the spark of creation.
But what did they signify together? What was their connection to Omega Morphosis?
He researched further, cross-referencing his findings, seeking any mention of the symbol, and then, in a text on ancient cosmology, he found it. The assembly point. The symbol, he learned, represented the assembly point, the nexus where earth and heaven intersected, the focal point of Omega Morphosis. It was here that the energies would converge, here that the transformation would begin. Alejandro felt a surge of excitement. He had uncovered a vital piece of the puzzle. The assembly point was not just a concept, it was a real place, and according to his research, it was located in Morpheus Ridge.
I had stumbled upon something extraordinary, something that could change the world as we knew it. But what was my role in all of this? Why had I been led to this discovery?
He felt a sense of destiny calling him, a purpose he couldn't ignore. He had to learn more. He had to find the assembly point. He had to understand its power. And he had to prepare for the coming of Omega Morphosis. With renewed determination, Alejandro packed his bags, ready to embark on a journey to Morpheus Ridge, a journey to the heart of the unknown, a journey to face his destiny.
I sensed that my life was about to change forever. I was stepping into a world beyond my wildest imagination, a world where the impossible was possible.
Catalina Diaz, a cartographer with a thirst for the unknown, felt a strange pull towards Morpheus Ridge. Drawn by whispers of ancient secrets and a deep-seated intuition, she felt an inexplicable connection to this place she'd never been.
My journey began, not with a map, but with an ancient manuscript passed down through generations in my family. The manuscript, filled with cryptic symbols and faded script, spoke of a place where earth and heaven intertwined.
As she delved deeper into its mysteries, Catalina discovered a hidden message. A message meant only for those who knew where to look. A message that spoke of the assembly point.
This message was no mere coincidence. It was a call, a summons to a destiny I was just beginning to understand. The manuscript described a symbol, a circle with a point at its center, the very symbol that had haunted my dreams for as long as I could remember.
Catalina's heart pounded with anticipation. This symbol, the message proclaimed, marked the location of the assembly point, the gateway between realms.
I knew with unwavering certainty that my destiny lay in uncovering the secrets of this sacred place.
Armed with the ancient manuscript and an unquenchable thirst for discovery, Catalina ventured into the unknown. Following the whispers of her intuition and the cryptic clues within the manuscript, she arrived at the outskirts of Morpheus Ridge.
The air grew heavy with anticipation, the atmosphere thick with a palpable energy that sent shivers down my spine. The manuscript spoke of a hidden path, veiled from ordinary sight, leading to the assembly point.
With every step, Catalina could feel the presence of something ancient and powerful, guiding her towards her destiny. The forest welcomed her with open arms, the trees whispering secrets in a language only her heart could understand.
The path was treacherous, winding through dense undergrowth and across rushing streams. Yet I pressed on, my resolve unwavering. I knew that the journey was as important as the destination, a test of my spirit and a pilgrimage to a place of immense power.
As she journeyed deeper into the heart of the forest, the energy intensified. The air crackled with an unseen force, and the trees seemed to pulsate with ancient wisdom. Catalina could feel the presence of the assembly point drawing closer. After what felt like an eternity, the forest opened up, revealing a clearing bathed in an ethereal moonlight. A sense of profound peace washed over Catalina as she stepped into the clearing, the weight of the world lifting from her shoulders.
I knew, with every fiber of my being, that I had found the assembly point. The air hummed with a gentle energy, a symphony of unseen forces converging in this sacred space.
The trees surrounding the clearing stood tall and proud, ancient guardians of this hidden realm. And in the center of the clearing lay the symbol, the circle with a point at its center, etched into the earth, pulsating with a soft, ethereal glow.
As I approached the symbol, my heart pounded with awe and reverence. When I reached out to touch the glowing earth, a surge of energy coursed through my body, connecting me to the ancient power of this sacred place.
In that moment, she knew that she was no longer just a cartographer. She was a conduit, a bridge between worlds. She had found the assembly point, but her journey was far from over. This was only the beginning, the first step on a path that promised to lead her to the very heart of existence itself. Catalina stood before the assembly point. The air crackled with energy. The symbol on the ground pulsed with an inner light. She felt a presence, ancient, powerful, watching.
It wasn't a physical presence. It was something more, something older than time. A shiver ran down my spine. Fear? Awe? I couldn't tell.
The energy intensified, swirling around her, pulling her in. She closed her eyes, breathed deeply, trying to ground herself.
Then I saw it, not with my eyes, but with something deeper. A being of pure energy, constantly shifting, morphing, taking on different forms, but never fully coalescing.
This was the Morphian, the guardian of the assembly point.
Section 2, the Alpha and the Omega.
This, the Morphian spoke,
Not with a voice I could hear.
but with thoughts, ideas, imprinted directly into her mind. It spoke of Omega Morphosis, of the merging of earth and heaven, of the transformation that awaited. It explained that Omega Morphosis was not just an event, it was a cycle, a never-ending dance between the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, creation and destruction, and everything in between.
The Morphian was the bridge, the conduit, the facilitator of this eternal dance. It ensured the balance, the harmony, the continuation of existence, and it had chosen Catalina for a purpose. Section 3, the Choice and the Moonshot.
The Morphian explained that humanity stood at a crossroads. Omega Morphosis was not just a cosmic event, it was a choice. A choice to evolve, or to stagnate, to ascend to a higher state of being, or to remain trapped in the cycle of suffering.
The Morphian told me that I was to be the guide, the shepherd, the one to lead humanity towards its true potential. But I couldn't do it alone. I needed to awaken the moonshot within humanity.
The moonshot was the spark of divinity, the innate desire to reach for the stars, to dream the impossible, to create a better world. It was the key to unlocking humanity's true potential.
Section 1, the Gathering.
Catalina returned to Morpheus Ridge, her heart ablaze with a newfound purpose. The Morphian's words echoed in her mind, a constant reminder of the task before her. She had been chosen to guide humanity towards its true potential, to awaken the moonshot that lay dormant within. But how? How could she possibly hope to inspire an entire species? The task seemed insurmountable, yet she refused to give in to despair. The Morphian had entrusted her with this responsibility. She would not fail.
I needed to find others who felt the call, who shared my vision, who believed in the power of the moonshot. I needed to gather a council of dreamers, of visionaries, of those who dared to imagine a better world.
Section 2, the Council of Dreamers.
I reached out to scientists, to artists, to spiritual leaders, to anyone who I felt a resonance with, to anyone who had dedicated their lives to pushing the boundaries of human potential.
She spoke of Omega Morphosis, of the assembly point, of the Morphian and the moonshot.
I shared my experiences, my hopes, my fears.
And to her surprise, she was met with openness, with understanding, with a shared sense of purpose.
One by one, they joined my cause, drawn together by a shared vision of a brighter future.
They formed a council of dreamers. Each member brought their unique skills and perspectives to the table. Scientists with their knowledge of the physical world, artists with their ability to inspire and uplift, spiritual leaders with their understanding of the human spirit. Section 3, Igniting the Spark. The Council met regularly in Morpheus Ridge, drawn together by the energy of the assembly point.
We shared our knowledge, our insights, our dreams.
We brainstormed ideas, developed strategies, explored different avenues for awakening the moonshot within humanity.
They knew that time was of the essence. Omega Morphosis was fast approaching, and they needed to be ready.
We organized workshops, seminars, retreats. We created art, music, literature, all designed to inspire, to uplift, to awaken the dormant potential within every human being.
They spoke of unity, of compassion, of cooperation. They reminded people of their shared humanity, of their interconnectedness with all things.
We encouraged them to dream big, to reach for the stars, to believe in the impossible.
And slowly but surely something began to shift. Section 1, the eve of convergence. The night of Omega Morphosis arrived. A hush fell over Morpheus Ridge. The air thrummed with anticipation. The sky shimmered with an otherworldly glow. The stars seemed to burn brighter, closer, as if the cosmos itself held its breath.
We gathered at the assembly point, We had prepared for this moment, meditated, prayed, channeled our collective energy.
But nothing could truly prepare them for what was to come.
The symbol on the ground pulsed with a radiant light, a beacon in the heart of the clearing, a gateway to the unknown.
The trees around them swayed gently. Although there was no wind, they were ancient witnesses to this cosmic dance.
A sense of peace settled over me, a calm in the eye of the storm. I looked at the faces of the council, saw the hope, the fear, the determination. This was it, the culmination of our efforts, the moment of truth.
The Morphian appeared, not as a defined form, but as a swirling vortex of energy, a kaleidoscope of light and color. It hovered above the assembly point, its presence both terrifying and exhilarating.
Communicating through feelings and emotions, a deep understanding that transcended language. It was time.
Stepping forward, guided by instinct, by a force greater than myself, I raised my arms towards the Morphian, feeling a surge of energy flow through me, connecting me to the earth, to the heavens, to the very fabric of existence.
The Council of Dreamers joined hands, forming a circle around Catalina. They channeled their collective will, their hopes, their dreams, amplifying the energy that flowed through Catalina, through the assembly point, and out into the world. Section 3. Ascension. The air crackled and popped. The ground beneath them vibrated. The light from the assembly point intensified, becoming blinding, all-encompassing.
I felt myself lifted off the ground, drawn upwards towards the Morphian, towards the swirling vortex of energy. I felt no fear, only a sense of rightness, of completion, of coming home. I was a vessel, a conduit, a bridge between worlds, and I was ready.
The energy reached a crescendo. A blinding flash of light erupted from the assembly point, engulfing everything in its path, and then silence. Section 1. A new dawn. The light subsided. Catalina found herself standing in the clearing. The Council of Dreamers surrounded her, their faces etched with awe and wonder. The air felt different, lighter, charged with a vibrant energy that hummed through every fiber of her being.
The transformation is complete. Omega Morphosis has reshaped the world, blurring the lines between earth and heaven.
The clearing, once shrouded in an ethereal glow, now shimmered with a newfound clarity, as if a veil had been lifted, revealing the world in its purest form.
I looked up at the sky. The stars still shone, but they seemed closer, more familiar, like celestial companions on this uncharted journey. A new dawn had broken, not just for Morpheus Ridge, but for all of humanity.
She felt the weight of responsibility settle upon her shoulders. The Morphian, its purpose fulfilled, had moved on, leaving Catalina as the guardian of the assembly point, the bridge between realms. She was the keeper of the balance, the shepherd of humanity's evolution. Years turned into decades. Catalina remained at the assembly point, a silent sentinel, guiding humanity towards its true potential. The world had changed. The energy of Omega Morphosis had sparked a renaissance of consciousness, a global awakening to the interconnectedness of all things. Wars subsided, replaced by a spirit of cooperation and understanding. Technological advancements were guided by an ethical compass focused on the betterment of humanity and the planet. The old ways of greed and division slowly faded, replaced by a new era of empathy and shared responsibility.
I watched as humanity took its first steps on this new path. There were challenges, of course, setbacks and moments of doubt, but the spark had been ignited. The moonshot, once a distant dream, now burned brightly within the hearts of humanity. I guided those who sought my wisdom, offering counsel and support. But my role was not to lead, but to empower, to awaken the dormant potential within each individual, allowing them to find their own path, their own connection to the divine.
Section 3. Legacy of Transformation. As Catalina felt her time on Earth drawing to a close, she gathered the Council of Dreamers one last time. They were older now, their hair streaked with silver, their faces etched with the wisdom of lives lived in service to something greater than themselves.
The world has changed. The seeds we planted have taken root. The moonshot burns brightly within humanity, but our work is never truly done.
She placed her hand on the shoulder of a young child who stood beside her, their eyes wide with wonder and hope.
The assembly point will always be here. It is a reminder that we are all connected, that we are all capable of transformation, that the power to create a better world lies within each and every one of us.
And so, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the clearing, Catalina, the guardian of the assembly point, the shepherd of humanity's evolution, peacefully breathed her last, her legacy forever etched into the fabric of a transformed world.